I left this comment because supporting Olivia and speaking out in regards to emotional and mental abuse that can happen in a relationship, yeah, you don't always see the bruises because bruises may not exist externally. But that doesn't mean that they aren't right here in the old ticker. Let me tell you about an experience I had. I was in an extremely abusive relationship. All kinds of abuse happened in that relationship. And someone helped me get out of it, and I felt this was my savior, right? We ended up being together for a few years. Being away from that for decades and going through all kinds of therapy, I realized that there were things that she did that was not okay. One of the big things that she would do, knowing that I had been through abuse and had been conditioned through abuse, is if we were in an argument and I wasn't agreeing on what it was that she was saying, she would just go, and she would know I would leave the room. Argument was over. Raising a hand at somebody to create a flinch and a reaction is not healthy. There was other things that she would do, like tell me I was not as smart as her, and at times tell me I was being stupid, or that was a dumb move, or why didn't you think that one through? Using terminology like that to make me feel smaller than her, which in reality, I actually was someone who held a higher position than she did in work and life. But she worked really hard to make me feel small. She refused to be out in certain public places with me because she didn't want people to know that we were together because she was embarrassed of how I look. I mean, this was decades ago where being a masked lesbian wasn't exactly invited, and she wanted to hide that. She was embarrassed to be with me. She acted like she was embarrassed to be with me. She ended up taking a break from the relationship and going to stay at her parents' house, where she got into a really long affair with someone that she is married to this day. And after we finally split, she still recognized that she had the affair. She lied and lied throughout. And this was a year-long process of going through this. Imagine the emotional toll it took on me. But then, when I finally started dating again, years later, and I had my girlfriend drive to pick up the dog, which we had still bounced back and forth to take care of for trips and whatnot, she got mad. And she started sending me scathing texts about how I should check my birth certificate because I was trying to be a man. And when was I going to start my transition? Like really putting me down about being a masked lesbian. Really crude things she had sent to me. And again, I wasn't recognizing that this was a problem because she wasn't hitting me. She wasn't essaying me. So it wasn't that bad, right? And people didn't see it. So it wasn't happening in their eyes. But here's the kicker. Her and her now wife, years later, I found out that they had created a nonprofit organization to help domestic abuse survivors. Now, I think of that and I'm like, was she capable of seeing how she treated me in this process? Or did she only view domestic abuse as physical? Because I can tell you without a doubt that she was absolutely abusing me.